with
Deb and
Jim.
Good morning. And hola, buenos dias. Hello, good morning, good morning. We're so
Buongiorno
glad
a
to be
tutti.
back.
Yes, we're so happy to see all of you.
And you know that tambourine must go. All right, enough until later. Happy Friday, everybody.
Deb's got a great song she'll be singing for you in a little while.
Just a little bit. Not that happy.
She's been
It's
having
an
people
oldie.
honk at her in the car, imagine. I think they're flirting with you.
You keep saying that. For twice this past week, no sooner the light turns, and I'm speaking honestly, within 2 seconds, honk. Where do you want me to go? The light just turned.
If you saw a vision like this, wouldn't you honk at her?
Aw, you know I love you. You got this. Thank you so much. What a gentleman. He is
All
so
these people
sweet.
flirting in cars, imagine.
Aw,
Gotta show them your wedding band when they do that.
people.
I'm taken.
I'm looking outside. It's such a gorgeous
It
morning.
is.
It is beautiful. You know, the other day when it was this past week in the 30s, 40s, was it?
Yes.
You would think that we were in 17 below. I mean, the way I acted, I
know,
had
'cause
socks
we're
on.
not used to it.
I
We're not
know,
used to it.
I know.
And we are sympathetic to all of you that
We
are in
are.
this
We
storm
are.
that's occurring today. So
Yes.
our hearts go out to you.
Yes, just stay warm, be safe. I'm only saying that because, well, you know, we yearn for that weather, and then when we get it, it's like, oh, it's too cold. Enjoy it while you have it.
And
you
speaking
know,
about hearts, today is Go Red for Women
go
Day.
red, and as you
But
yes,
American
yes,
Heart
yes.
Association. So we want to think about our women in our lives and encourage
Yes.
them to be aware of their bodies. And if they have any symptoms of any stress-related physiological conditions, they need to consult their doctor.
Yes,
We
indeed.
want everyone healthy.
Yes, thank you for saying that. That is so true.
And
Amen.
Deb did share, she's
Amen.
not wearing red on the outside, but she's wearing red on the inside.
Okay, so red it is, ladies, for sure.
And then
Very good input, Jim. Absolutely.
we have a birthday coming up in 3 weeks. Whose is it?
I don't know.
Deb!
Oh boy.
Big celebration.
You know what? It really is amazing when you grow up. I'm not getting older. I'm growing up.
That's
And I
right.
like that.
And you get better every year.
Absolutely. We all do.
Well, I
Well,
want
thank
to-
you for sharing that.
I also
but-
want to acknowledge, remember Krupa, everyone.
Of course, that's our Krupa girl. We love you, love you, love you, Krupa.
Her
You know
parents'
that.
birthdays, Bibi and Ash.
Happy birthday.
They're within a few days of each other, and their anniversary, 53 years.
Aw,
Happy
isn't
anniversary.
that lovely? Happy birthday.
Bibi and Ash.
happy anniversary.
Yes.
Many, many more beautiful, blessed years
They are
ahead.
beautiful people. I've known them for so many years, and they're just like my family.
Oh,
So
how
we
lovely
send
is
love
that? We do send
to
love. Lots
Ash and
of love.
Bibi.
God bless. It's a beautiful thing, all those years. Lovely.
And I did want to acknowledge a celebration of life the other day. Tim Bird, do you remember he was on the radio?
Oh, yeah.
Tim Bird, the
sure.
Birdman, he
Yes.
passed.
Oh, that's right.
And he
That's
had a
right.
very distinctive voice.
Yes.
I love some of the radio personalities. As soon as you hear that voice, you know.
It's with you're the same way, Jim. You
Yeah.
have a very strong, distinctive, dynamic voice. I mean,
That's
it's almost
kind
like
of you.
Barry Manilow. Honest to goodness.
Uh-oh, Barry
Here
Manilow.
you go again. I mean, it's true. If I didn't know you, I would think that you were related in some way. You,
To Barry Manilow.
honestly, absolutely.
I've
lot
heard
of
that a
people
lot
have said
recently,
that.
yes.
Yes, and your voice is very distinctive, just like his.
And then we've had some dear friends who are like family visiting from out of town, so I want to acknowledge them. My
Good.
dear sister Angela and brother-in-law for dinner last Sunday. We had Valerie, and her middle name is Rose, like Cindy Rose we talked about last
Yes,
week.
we did.
Valerie Rose and her husband Ted. They
Hi,
live in New York,
Valerie,
and they have a
Rose,
place here in
and
Jupiter.
Ted.
Yes. And they're married at 48
Hi.
years.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, I love it. I love to hear stories like that.
And we
That's
welcome
wonderful.
them.
Yes.
And then visiting from Ohio was Joe and Jim. We call her Flo Jo
Joe
because her
and
name
Jim.
is
I like
Florence
that.
Josephine. So Flo Jo and Jim.
Flojo, that's cute.
Yes.
That's really adorable. I love
Fif-
that.
57 years of marriage. Imagine. God bless them.
Oh, amazing, gorgeous. I love it.
And you know what I love
it. Hey,
about
listen,
that?
Tamborino.
Yes. And you know
Love
what
it.
I love those three couples. My sister and brother-in-law, 48 years.
That's
They met
lovely.
Valerie, Rose, and Ted on their honeymoon. Imagine, and they've been
How
friends
special
for 48
is that?
years.
And how you can just relate every year and
Yes.
go back and share the
And-
wonderful stories.
And they're
that you-
just like family. Their
That's
children are like
nice.
cousins. It's just developed into a beautiful
Aw,
relationship.
I love it, Jim.
Yes.
I just thank you for sharing. I love that.
Yes.
There's nothing more special than that togetherness and being able to relate all the beautiful happenings that you've been through together
Yes.
all those years, especially marriage and
Right.
anniversaries and just
And it's just
wonderful.
beautiful to see couples just like you and Greg.
Right,
35
We're
years?
going on
30
35 years in
years.
July. Actually, it's going to be 37.
37 years, I'm sorry.
You know,
Okay.
well, 35 married, but dating and
Right.
all
But it's an
that.
example for all of us
Yeah.
to see that beautiful love, all these couples and you
Yeah,
and Greg.
and
It's,
you know
it's
what?
wonderful to see that and celebrate it.
I love it, and I've always said, people say, "Gee, what's the magic?" There is no magic. What it is, it's communication. It's
Right.
keeping the lines of
And love.
communication and love, of course.
Yes.
And believing in yourself, and believing in your partner, and knowing that it's okay, even when it's not okay, it's okay. And sometimes it could be challenging, but
Work through it.
communication,
Solutions.
absolutely. That's what we are discussing today:
Problems and
solutions.
But before we do that, I have a few more acknowledgments.
Absolutely.
At that dinner with Ted and Valerie Rose and
Uh-huh.
Flo Jo and Jim,
I love that flow, Joe. I love
my
it.
niece Jean Marie, my beautiful niece Jean
She's
Marie,
so
and
pretty.
Mike,
Hi, Jean Marie.
they were there with the 4 children. Okay.
Beautiful children too.
And as dinner started, Chase, the 13-year-old, my nephew, said that he wanted to make a toast, which I thought was so impressive for a 13-year-old
13-year-old,
in front
that's
of all these
lovely.
people to say a toast.
How lovely is that?
So he's a beautiful
Aw.
toast. And at the end of it, he says, and I'd like to ask my Uncle Jim to be my sponsor for my confirmation.
You're kidding.
Wasn't that beautiful?
That was really a
I
beautiful,
love it.
beautiful thing
I was
to
so
say.
touched.
I bet you were.
Yes.
I'm like in awe. I think that is awesome.
It's such an honor to be a sponsor at a confirmation.
Well, that's a
And-
lovely reflection on
Yes,
Mama
yes,
and Papa.
yes.
That's where he gets it from.
Yes.
So good parents. Wonderful reflection on
So
you.
it was just
Beautiful.
beautiful, and as I said, I'm touched, and I'm so
Aw.
honored to be Chase's sponsor.
Well, I am so happy and I congratulate you. That is awesome for all.
Yes. And then I want to acknowledge Wednesday night. I had an active week this week. Wednesday night was dinner with my dear friends Catherine and Jerry, and they'll be watching the show. So I
Hi,
wanted to acknowledge
Catherine.
them.
Hi, Jerry.
It was lovely at the River House restaurant in Palm Beach Gardens.
Good.
So
And
thank
that's a
them for
lovely
dinner.
place to go.
Yes.
Yes, a lovely, lovely
And it's
place.
always nice. I hadn't seen them for a few months, so to connect again and be with them,
Isn't
it was a
that
beautiful
nice?
experience.
You just cherish every moment with your dear friends
Yes.
and just, yeah.
And then yesterday,
Lovely to be
this
out.
full week, I recorded
Full week.
a radio commercial.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Okay, we have to hear about
for
this.
my legal practice.
Okay.
Legends Radio 100.3 FM
Great
on the dial.
station. Great
I love it.
station.
I listen to it all day.
Well, you got me onto that now. I
Yes.
love listening to it. It's a really
Standards,
it's
American
awesome.
standards.
Frank
So if you're-
Sinatra, all
Yes.
the great good. I mean, just
If,
the
if
best.
you're in the West Palm Beach area, please tune on to 100.3 FM. And you'll hear my commercial
Love
starting
it.
next week.
Love it. See, that's our Jim.
Mike McGann, one of the radio personalities, is interviewing me in the commercial, so it's very interesting.
I can hardly
It's a
wait.
great
I mean,
take.
Great,
Yes.
wonderful.
So I'm
Well, you've done
so
a lot
excited.
of interviewing and a lot through your past. You kidding? All wonderful.
Yes.
All right.
So I got to
Good.
meet Mike McGann yesterday at the
Good,
radio
good,
station.
good,
And
see?
Scott Current, he's the business end of it, and he put us together, and it was a wonderful experience. So I'm
Yay,
really
all
looking forward
right.
to it.
Fabulous.
Yes. So thank you for all sharing these wonderful things that have been happening in my life.
See, as the days go on,
I'm
what
so
that's
thankful.
why what
Yes,
a
every
difference
day.
a day makes.
Yes.
It's so important.
So thankful.
We love doing this for that reason because it's a great thing. Every day is a great day.
Yes.
Every moment's a
Wonderful
great
opportunities, experiences.
Moment. And that's where we get our experiences. You know,
Yes.
I heard you had mentioned that I'm going to sing a song. Well, really, coming in, I love listening to Pandora, and I happened to hear the song by what's her name?
Petula Clark.
Petula Clark. I don't know why I have Petula Clark. And as I stopped at the traffic light, there it goes. Don't sleep in the subway, darling. Don't stand in the pouring rain. Don't sleep in the subway, darling. And I thought to
Night is
myself,
long.
the night is long.
Forget your foolish pride.
Forget your foolish pride.
So
And it's just when she's saying that part, I thought to myself, that is every problem has a solution.
yes.
Our topic
See,
today.
she was inspired. It's wonderful when
I
you
love
hear
to
things
hear
like that.
And I'm
Yes.
thinking, okay, bingo, right for our topic this morning. Every problem has a solution. So do not sleep in the subway and don't stand in the pouring rain.
I love it.
What a great old song. I mean, the old
And Deb
are the
sang that
best.
to me when I greated her. So
I
it was
did,
a beautiful
I did.
way to greet me.
I got out of the car and said, don't sleep
For
in
the
the
subway,
He's looking at me.
darling.
Come again. Oh,
It's one of those
why-
catchy tunes. It'll stay with all of you all day now. You'll be saying, "Oh my goodness, How did I get that out of my brain?
Oh my! There's certain songs I do that all the time because I love to sing, and I just you'll hear that one particular song for whatever reason it just stays in your mind all
Yes.
day, but it's
And it-
uplifting.
And if
you
you
know,
listen to
it's
Legends Radio,
Legend
a
Radio
lot of those
people,
songs,
there you
a
go.
lot of those songs will be played, and it just lifts my day. So I love to listen
Yes,
to it.
I know it's all about
Yes.
positivity.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well,
Now, when I was thinking about problems and solutions,
mhm.
I had lunch on Saturday with a friend of mine, and it's funny that this topic would come to us. Because she was telling me that she had some business proposals, she had been talking with people last year, and then she hadn't heard from them. So she was thinking the worst. She said to me,
Aw.
they're not obviously not interested, I was so hopeful that this was going
Aw.
to work, and I'm so disappointed. And I said to
Yeah.
her, well, I'd be happy to approach them and see what's happening. She said, no, I don't think that's a good idea. They're just going to give you the same answer that they would give me, that they're not interested. I said, please let me at least make the effort for you.
Aw.
There could
That's
be
our
things.
Jim.
Yeah, there
You're
are
always
things
there.
happening in everybody's lives that
That's
could be the
true.
reason why
Very
they're not
true.
that they're not responding.
We did a segment once on don't jump. Remember,
Yes.
don't jump to conclusions because you don't know. Maybe.
So finally, she agreed, and she gave me the gentleman's name and
Good.
the phone number.
Good.
And he's in California, so I called him and I introduced myself. Now I got a recording machine, so I left a message.
Okay.
And I'm saying in the back of my mind, which I don't like negativity to set in, but I'm saying I hope he'll call me back, because I didn't reach him live.
And I bet no sooner you said
Yeah,
that to
yeah.
yourself.
Then he called back, and I was so excited when I saw the number on my cell phone, and he said that he was sorry that he had not responded, and that it was only because of the coronavirus and certain things happening in
Aw,
his
yeah,
life
see, so.
that he wasn't able to
Yeah,
respond, but he
yeah.
was still interested, and I was so excited.
Oh, wow. You see?
So I immediately called my friend and I said,
There you go. And you see, you put it out there in
yes,
the universe.
yes.
And in your mind. And the correct quote, there is no more negative, all
Yes.
positive.
And I
What you
think
put out
the
there.
lesson there is sometimes when we do have a problem or an obstacle, maybe we should talk with someone else who has a different perspective.
You know,
It
I
sometimes
love
really
what
helps.
you just said
Yeah.
because a lot of times too, like even with you and I, or me and my husband Greg, or anybody,
Right.
sometimes you say to yourself, "Well, gee, if I say, am I disturbing them? I know they're busy," and you know that you're close, and you know that they're there for you, but you also feel as if, well, they have a lot going on in their
Right.
life, so I don't want to really intervene. But it's so true what you just said, Jim, because that makes a difference. Do you believe all problems have a solution? Of course
Yes,
they do.
yes.
It's really what you make. In fact, I know that, and I wrote it down, more is lost by indecision than the wrong decision.
That's true.
That is such a true, strong.
Because indecision
Pro-
makes you just wait.
and
not
later,
act.
and you're thinking to yourself, why is it not happening? Well, you know what? More time is being lost because you're not making that decision.
Right.
Is it going to go this way? I mean, certain things, of course, we don't have control over,
Right.
and that's okay. We understand that, but
Well,
the things we do know that we can control, amen, and we have friends and family we can turn to, and you know what I've learned also, if you don't ask, you don't get.
That's
You
true.
must
Put it-
always be
like
open
you just said,
and
put it out
honest.
there,
Put it
too.
out
Yeah.
there, and let it, and whoever knows you, well, I mean, and it's just so imperative that you
And-
realize
and
that.
you know, that's
because
literal.
That's what makes your day brighter, too.
if you're having a problem, verbalize it just
Yeah, yeah.
into the air and the atmosphere and the universe, and let it project, and you'd be surprised how sometimes
That's
that will
right.
that will just result in the answer coming back
Yes,
to you. Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Einstein said that he was a big believer in that. But
Was he?
yes, so you
Well-
can either be a part of the solution or you're going to be a part of the problem.
Right.
You have a choice to make, and
You know,
every day is challenging in one way or the other. But
in my career
get
as an
through it.
attorney, people have always known me as a problem solver. Because
which you are.
and I do a lot of real estate
Right,
closings, as some of
exactly.
you know, and things come up, questions
Well,
arise.
you do more than that. My
Yeah.
goodness, you do an awful lot.
Right.
You're very active in so much.
But I just meant in the real estate closing
Right.
atmosphere, sometimes problems
Right.
will arise. But I've always found there's a way to resolve those problems.
always is.
It's-
What I love
they're-
about Jim, about my Jim, I call him my Jim, is that you're soothing. You're very
Oh, thank
comforting,
you.
and I feel like after I get done speaking with you, I'm like, why didn't I ask him that 2 days ago? because I'm like, Jimmy, you're busy, and but that's just out of respect for you, because I
appreciate
know
that.
that you're always there for everybody, and sometimes I feel like you spread yourself out because that's how loving and giving you are, and I just feel like you're one person, and I don't want to take up your time because you do so
Well,
much for so
I'm
many
always
people.
available for you.
I know,
That's
and
what
I
friends
love you
are-
so much
that's what
more for
friends are
that.
for each other.
But I had to just bring that up.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah, because everybody has their own experiences. So if you're encountering some type of a problem, you're viewing it from your perspective.
right.
Someone else may look at it and
And a
discuss it
whole
with you.
different-
Yeah, because they have a
right.
whole different frame of mind, or
Right.
their life experiences have been different,
Right.
and they can offer, some choices and
And the whole time
discuss
you're
it.
sitting there, it's happened many of times. I'm thinking to myself, why don't I think of it that way?
Right.
And then you open up your mind to see it in just that way. So, oh, absolutely. And timing is everything. Timing is just
Right.
remarkable. How things happen always when you least expect it, and it's always in His time.
Yes.
Amen.
And I was also thinking about this. Sometimes you're pondering about this problem. Sometimes all you want to do is say, okay, I acknowledge it. Step away from it. Okay, don't focus
Overthink.
on it. Do something else, and then come back to it.
I love it.
And that will also sometimes give you a whole different
I
perspective.
love that.
Because things that you've done during the day or right after that could even alter the way you're thinking about it.
That is so
know?
profound and
Yeah.
so true, because we do overthink, and that's what also makes it very difficult not to make a decision, because we are so busy overthinking. Walk away from it, and
Right.
as you said, during the course of the day, it will come to you
Right.
at the right time.
Right.
So problems have solutions, and is it really a problem? Is it something that we can handle, or is it something somebody else can handle? And
And I often think of them as just challenges rather
yes,
than
and I
problems.
like that word
Yes.
very, and
Yes.
I really adore that word.
Yes.
Challenging
Right.
is so much more appropriate, because that's really what it is. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
So I love it.
And in sales relationships, sometimes you're pitching something or you're in a discussion with a
Yeah.
potential customer and there's a negative response. So you can look at it two ways. You could say, well, that means no, not now, but it doesn't mean no, not ever.
Good point.
Because
Fabulous
that
point.
person's experiences at that particular time might just be resulting in a negative response.
That's
But it
right.
doesn't mean I never want to, whatever the offer is. It just might mean maybe it's not the right time now for me, but it could be for the future. So
Love it.
it's important to look at it
Yes.
that way too.
Yes, and try not to have that tunnel vision.
Right.
By
Or
having
that
that
it's a
tunnel
brick
vision,
wall.
right.
It's not a brick wall.
Right. The brick, it could be
Yeah.
knocked down.
Or you can climb over the brick wall,
Right.
right?
Yeah, or follow the yellow brick road. Not the wall, like we talked about last week. Me and that Wizard of Oz. Follow.
Well, there's so much positivity there, so you can
Well,
often
if you
think
really
about.
want to think about
Yes.
it, that fits into every conversation
Right.
that we have, as far as positivity goes. But so it is a beautiful Friday, and we are also looking forward to having some guests in the future. Some upcoming
Yes.
guests.
On the 18th, we've got a special
yes,
guest
we have
coming
a
up.
very special guest.
It'll
coming.
be a Saturday that weekend rather than the
We'll let
Friday.
you know. But we
uh-huh.
we really admire your please comment.
Yes.
Get back to us. Message us. If it's a song you want Jim to sing, you just sing. I mean, if you want us to say a
Hopefully it's for
quote,
Deb to sing,
Oh,
or
both
both
of
of us.
But let it all hang out. Just come to us. That's what we're here for. Just say, hey, this is what I want. Can you please discuss this, or can you say a prayer for such and such? Whatever it is, we're here for you.
Yes, we love your topics.
It's incredibly soothing. It's just, it does a world of good for our hearts, and I just so look forward to it.
Yes.
Every show that we have, and I thank God for the amount of time that we've been doing it. So
And when I mentioned Tim Bird before, I forgot to acknowledge his wife, Sally. A wonderful human being. She's done so much for the community. So please remember her in your prayers at this time, because she really deserves it, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful person. So Sally, or anyone who is a friend of Sally, please tell her that we are keeping her in our thoughts and prayers.
Amen. Yes.
Now it's time for
Marie. Now you
Out
know
of My Mind and
Marie.
Into Your Heart. You really all should buy this if you haven't bought it yet, because it's just so
I've been
inspirational.
reading it, Jim.
Yes.
And to know Marie is to love Marie. She is
Yes.
a lovely lady, and you've met her, and you've seen her, and here we go. I look forward to Jim picking out the most precise.
There's so much wisdom, Marie, and we just thank you for it, because I can always find something that's relevant to any topic.
Yes.
Because
Always.
these are essays and poems that Marie has compiled over the years. And people said to her, you should put those into a book.
And she did just that.
See, now she took advice of people that had
You don't know.
suggested that to her.
You just don't know, right?
Yeah, because as some of you might remember, Marie is a writer for the newspaper. I'm the editor for a monthly newspaper in Palm Beach Gardens.
Mention the website, would you?
Well,
Your
my
website.
website is jameschaffee.com.
Okay, I just want people to know that.
And Marie's one of our writers, so that's how I met Marie. And her essays every month are so inspirational.
Yes.
I didn't say to her, put them into a book, but I was probably thinking it subconsciously. So thank you, Marie, for doing that, because here's
Yes.
another one talking about problems, right? Now, this relates to her family growing up. When I was growing up, we had problems like everyone else, right? Everybody has problems.
Mhm.
My parents lost a son at an early age, unfortunately, that's sad. Crops failed. They lived on a farm. Crops failed. Our home was struck by lightning. Imagine that.
Oh boy.
I went over a hill in the family car and could have been killed.
Wow.
My father died when I was 9 years of age. There was no federal assistance in those days, but had there been, we would not have considered asking for help. We learned to be self-sufficient. This is what I love about farmers, people that work with the earth.
Yes.
We were a family of 7 and never consulted a psychiatrist. I love that, Marie. In fact, we probably didn't even know the term. The family was large, but we helped each other. That is so beautiful, because
It is.
you're of a large family. I'm from
Yes,
very
large.
I mean, my parents had my mother 6 siblings, my father 8, so
Can
lots
you
of
imagine?
cousins.
That's very, I love it though.
So the family was large, but we helped each other. And that my uncles, my father and mother, they helped each other. When everyone in the family had an issue, they helped
Yes,
each other.
Yes.
The older looking after the younger, which happens,
The
right?
older, yes.
My
yes,
father was
indeed.
not able to go to college because he had to help raise, he was the oldest son, he had to help raise the other 7 children. My mother kept us together in a calm, self-assured manner.
Oh wow, I love
Just
it.
like you said that,
Calm,
right.
Yes. You have to remain calm.
We were expected to
Wow.
do certain chores, and we did them,
All
right?
right, good,
That's
good.
what you want children to do. We make it on our own.
Lead by example.
We didn't have an abundance of material things, but I don't recall ever being hungry. It's beautiful.
Beautiful is right.
Perhaps there was, because we didn't have a TV in every room, a smartphone, or his or her computers. We didn't have the latest music system, but we had a nice radio, a phonograph, and an organ that we would put to good use.
I love it.
We
love
survived
it.
nicely without television and magazines to tell us everything we should know before we knew we needed to know. Without outside interference, we didn't recognize it as a problem. We were a happy family with ample entertainment. Beautiful, Marie. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely, as always, Marie. You know how we feel about you. Absolutely beautifully said.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautifully written. I mean, really,
Yes.
and truly, they just get better all the time. And remember, Amazon. You can
Yes.
purchase her book and
Or her
books,
website,
or her website, right.
mariepinchnet.net.
And we still have to.
I
her
love it, Marie.
paintings, oh,
Out of my mind and into your heart.
how profound into your heart. They always remain right
Yes.
there.
And remember, that Marie also has written novels, so you can also buy those. They're wonderful. I've read all of them. So I really
Google.
recommend them.
All of her novels.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. So, with that,
What a difference a day makes.
every single day makes a difference.
And
What a difference a day makes.
Here comes the
Here we
tambourine.
go. 24 little hours
Brought the sun and the flowers. Where there used to be rain.
What a difference a day makes. And the difference is you, and you, and you. And you always remember, please, keep your horizons bright.
Yes.
And we're here for you. We love you so much, and we'll be back.
We appreciate you so much, more than you know.
We
So
really
please
do.
share this video with others. Send us your comments. We'd love to receive them. Suggested topics for the future.
Always do, because
You
it
inspire
just makes
us.
it. Yeah, there you go.
You do inspire us.
Enjoy your Friday, and until next week.
Remember, 3 weeks to Deb's birthday.
Bye bye.